I'm Ji Xiaojun, and I'm not quite sure why everyone is mentioning their age. Just one thing for sure, I'm not in my 20s anymore.
Hi, I'm Martin.
Hi, I'm Randy.
I'm Rome.
I'm Ryan, and please join us on Let's Talk.
Sex before marriage.
I go for it. Are you surprised?
Yeah, born after 1990.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a
the
new
younger
generation
generation,
China,
okay?
right?
So I go for it. I definitely go for it. Because,
what about your peers? I mean,
my
people
peers,
around you, your classmates?
Yeah, they go for it.
How did you know?
Because we discussed about it.
You did?
Yeah, we discussed with each other about like this kind of issue.
This is a...
But I hope my mom and dad are not watching this. So.
But when we talk about sex education, you said basically it relies on internet or self-awareness sometimes and practice. But the thing is, that's not the country supposed to be, you know, running its education on sex. You had that one, your parents have that awareness and they wanted to have that conversation when you were only like 10 years old. Yeah. And you also had that pretty like young, pretty early.
Grade. Yeah.
What did they talk to you about?
I mean, like, I feel like every kid kind of looks at that and asks what it's about at some point when they're really young. Yeah, exactly. So then in school, 6th grade, they just kind of tell both guys and girls what they have, what it's used for.
How different they are.
Yeah. And like, I know a lot of concern, a lot of parents did get concerned, I know back in the day, because they thought knowledge was in a way promoting sex for kids.
Encouraging in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more you know about it, the more you want to try
it out.
Yeah, because maybe when you're a kid, you don't think about that stuff, you know? Like, you just want to have fun with your friends, but then you see, like, what's this? Like, I don't know.
Well, what happens when you turn 13? Things change, you know? then you start to have the sex drive.
Yeah, and when the people tell you the risks, the teenagers are more curious about the risk. They want to try the risk because that's what teenagers do all the time.
I mean, Chinese parents' way of educating their kids about sex is trying to scare you away from sex, right?
Horrible,
and how horrible things are going to happen if you do that.
Really?
Yeah.
What would they say?
I don't think that.
They would, well, if you know, they didn't say, but you can always get kind of education that if you...
That's a bad apple.
Yes, yes. It's horrible. It's so terrible that you cannot try it. Yes,
I don't think it works. I mean,
no,
you have a natural drive to try these things. And no matter what they say, it's not going to work.
But what about in your case? Because you grew up here in China and then you went to America, so you basically experienced both cultures.
I mean, never had a conversation with my parents about it. My mom will mention off comment about how don't get anyone pregnant unless you're married.
Okay.
Because
How does that happen? Like, as you walk out the door, and don't get anyone pregnant.
All they cared about was just be safe, don't get any diseases.
But you're a guy, I guess. I mean, the parents would be more flexible if their kids are guys, but I guess in your case it will be a different case.
I think in China the attitude towards boys and girls are really different, the education from their parents, because I know that parents will tell boys that you should not get the girls pregnant, but some parents even say that if you get a girl pregnant, make sure that we know and then we will help you to take care of the children. But for girls, the parents, they are like seeing how to say, a disease, like this kind. Yes, it's a
shame on you.
Yeah.
You can never. It's so terrifying, like a horror movie.
Even if sometimes they're okay with you having sex with your partners, but they won't actually be willing to tell that to their relatives or friends.
Yeah,
right?
no, they're kind of ignoring that. They know it's happening, but they're not going to talk with you about it.
No, but I mean, I agree though that sex is a very serious thing, especially for young people. Having a contraceptive needs to be told at a young age.
So what age do you think is a good age to tell them that, though?
Puberty. The minute people want to start having sex.
Yeah. No, so I think earlier.
10, 12?
Yeah, maybe even for
earlier. I think
why
elementary school.
Why would you say earlier though?
Elementary school, because at that time the children has no idea about what sex is. Because for example, my younger brother, I think he has received sex education from his own mother. And when he told us that the difference between boys and girls and what the boys should do, what the boys should not do, I think even adults, we have kind of shameful feeling to hear that. But for the children, it's just like having breakfast every day, they're going to accept it very naturally. But if just right before the puberty, then you don't know what's going to happen.
But if you're so learning at such a young age, are you really going to make a big deal about it? Or are you really going to remember it and practice it once you hit puberty?
Are you going to forget to have breakfast every day, I think?
But I ask you the same question. If your daughter had a condom in her purse, how would you feel?
I guess the argument is, well, one, I haven't had that experience yet. So I don't know exactly what my feelings would be.
I would never give my daughter a condom because I don't want to talk to her about that. As a father, I'm in a different position in the school.
Right.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about sex education, is how do you provide the education?
When you have that sexual awareness, not after that, but right at the moment, or right way before that moment?
I think it should be right at that moment. I mean, I still don't feel way before will do anything. I mean, I had a 6th grade bio class. I just laughed.
I think sex education is very complicated. It's just not about having sex with someone, but also because now we have lots of accident-like incidents about the rape on younger children. And that's also a lack of sex education, because if you teach them at a very young age that you need to protect yourself, which part of you should not be touched by people you don't know, then this kind of accidents will happen less. So I think sex education, we should put it in a long run, not just at that moment.
So different age, different content.
Yes.
That's Let's Talk. If you have any comments, if you have any topics that you're interested in, just send us an email. You can always follow us, CCTV News. You can always follow us on social media.